different. We're going to be talking about the upcoming convention, Gen Con.
Yeah.
So this is our little warm-up before actually going to the convention.
It feels a little weird not having Robert here for it.
I know.
We've been trying to get him to come, but he's been busy.
He's a slacker. No, actually, he's in the process of moving, so we will forgive him this once. But we're going to be talking about Gen Con and the things we're kind of looking forward to and super excited. So we actually got a cool group going with us.
Yeah, well, we actually have Heather she's been on our channel many times.
Yeah, so Heather, she's going to be actually working with the channel, running some events with us. We've got Rob, who's actually not volunteering at any other place except to hang out with us and do the channel thing. So that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about that. But yeah, so yay! I'm excited. Yeah. Are you excited?
Getting there. I'm still, as I've mentioned on other videos, I'm still between jobs, so I'll be a little bit stressed. But apart from that,
he'll be very sad, Panda, and you'll have to work with it. But I am excited regardless. So I'm going to let him be the worrywart, and I'm going to just enjoy the fun. Let's see, what are we going to do? So Wednesday is normal.
It's our kickoff dinner at Weber Grill.
Yeah, kickoff dinner. So this year we're not doing the game night with the Legends, mainly because it didn't go through. It is still accepted for consideration. So that's not happening. I'm kind of sad about that. But that doesn't mean we're not going to still play games. Yeah. So if you're going to Gen Con, you can definitely hook up us. We will be playing games Wednesday night and Saturday night, so please let us know. We'll hang out.
I'll be a bit late getting there Saturday because I've got stuff going on, but Wednesday I will be there, and we'll be... Yeah, I think Rob will be with me on Saturday, but so the two of us.
Well, it'll be me and Heather, at least getting the things going. Yeah. So some of the events that I know I have running is I have Zulkin. I have 2 Zulkin games, 2 Pipeline games, a bunch of awkward guests. Those are the ones that I'll be running this, and I say me. Heather is going to do a lot of it as well. So we'll be running those games, so that will be kind of exciting. We still have a few openings because some of them were kind of late to get accepted, which is weird because I actually posted them before. Yeah. I was actually good this year, guys. I actually put everything in before the deadline, but they were just late getting to those. So that's kind of exciting. What about you, Randy? What you got slated?
So I've got several meetups, and I've still got openings if I'm still trying to round up some more meetups with different vendors. But I've got a demo of an upcoming game for KTBG on Thursday, which is Layers, which I've heard really good things about from its demo at Origins. Then I've got a meetup with Danny at Flat River Games. She used to work for a different company, but she's always great to meet with. It's a lot of fun. So meeting with her. And then Open Owl has a press event where I'll be attending that on Saturday. So that's what's going to keep me away on Saturday evening for a while. And then of course we got stuff with the VIG too that we're going to be doing since we've got those badges. So I'm going to be putting on different hats depending on whether I'm VIG, or in fact I got to go pick up a media badge, and I'm not sure how that works. If it's just a sticker they're going to replace on our badge, or we have to swap out badges when I'm media versus VIG.
Yeah, well I'm sure we'll figure it out. So it'll definitely be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I think the thing that I'm most excited about this go around is I'm actually running more events than I ever have, but I'm actually working less than I ever have because I'm getting help. So that's great. I'm also really excited about playing Ladies and Gentlemen. As a lot of people, if you fans of the show, you guys know that I absolutely love it because I actually get to work with my husband to play a game. So that is one that we're running. There's only 1 spot left, so grab it if you want it. You'll probably be the courtesan, which is kind of almost so much fun. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited about that, I think, because I always enjoy that game, and it's really hard to get to the table just because it is a large player game. So what games are you on the look for, Randy?
Well, again, like I said, it depends on the situation. We are from a job standpoint. But the ones that I've got that I'm on my short list, I've got the long list, which is ones that includes the ones I'm going to look at. But now these are probably the ones that I would pick up. I've got the Cascadia expansions that are coming out from Flat Out Games, although these are probably potentially going to be in the big game night, AEG big game night. So I'm, everything AEG is kind of up in the air because I gotta wait and see what happens with big game night. I've got Let's Go to Japan, if we can get a copy of that with the Kickstarter version. I don't think that's very likely, because otherwise I can just pick it up at our local game store if we ever decide to do it, but I really want the Kickstarter version. There's a new expansion for Space Base coming out. That's something I'm eager to get.
I'm curious, what's that going to add?
I don't know. I don't know much about it. I just know that this was the first I heard it was coming out. So
I'm very interested in what they're going to add, because I know we were kind of working on the campaign. And
I don't know if it's another campaign on top of that or what.
Well, because I just know, like, for me, I'm not a huge fan of that expansion's cards. I prefer to play with the standard cards.
Add. The thing is it adds, kind of steps through and adds stuff to it, some of which I don't like, but some of it I like a lot, which, once we unlock it all, we could pick and choose which ones we decide to keep, although we'd have to go and find all the pieces and remove them, which is the pain.
Yeah. So I'm just curious to see what they would,
yeah,
what component they're adding with this expansion, and I'm hoping that it's going to end up better than the previous one.
Yeah. Undergrove is from the designer of Wingspan, and they demoed it at our press event last year there, and that looked interesting. So I've got that. War Chest has a new expansion, which is ironically called Nightfall, which is another game E&G used to have rights to, which is also releasing up at Gen Con under a new name.
Oh, okay.
With the Universal Monsters. Now, I've heard mixed things about it, so I'm not sure that one right now is not on my list, but because I've got all the Nightfall expansions and everything. But yeah, War Chest is not for you, I know, but Rob and I enjoy that game a lot. Arcane Wonders has Frozen Frontier, which is a kind of a space sci-fi themed building construction and economic game, in which I know we enjoy those kind of games. So that's one I had on my list to check out. The Mandalorian Adventure, this one came out, it's actually unexpected games, because I was not expecting this, because usually Fantasy Flight's got the rights to all the Star Wars, but this is from Corey Konetsky's company that he's working with, and he's the creator of Battlestar Galactica, but now he's got a Star Wars themed game coming out. So I always check out his games, so that's one that's high on my list. And I've got Hamster Roll. This one is supposedly going to be very limited in quantity, so I'm going to have to probably be early in my targeting list. I've heard really good things about this one, although it does look like it's somewhat of a dexterity game, so I'm not sure if it's exactly the kind of game we get. We've had some good dexterity games, though, like the one that was the telephone poles with the cats. It was real fun. All the family enjoyed it at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Then they've got Jekyll and Hyde versus Scotland Yard. I don't know much about this one, but I love Jekyll and Hyde. I love Sherlock Holmes. Seemed right up my alley. Ancient Knowledge has an expansion. Absolutely getting that. That's one of my favorite games. It was actually my favorite game from last year's Gen Con. And it's definitely one I want to get the expansion for right away. Ezra and Nehemiah we've got on the list. We already got the game, but I'm looking for the Kickstarter coins. So I'm hoping they'll be selling those there.
Yeah, I really liked that one.
Yeah. One of the things that was a problem is they have Kickstarter releases that I had on my Kickstarters, which I've got a lot in flight. 4 of them are being sold at Gen Con. So far, 2 of them have come in. So 2 of ours are being sold at Gen Con that have not come in yet, which is kind of frustrating. I know that they have to.
Well, I mean, if they're en route.
Well, the problem is I couldn't remember I had Kickstarted them, so I put them on the list, and then I had them as, it looks like right up my alley. I'm definitely going to get this.
Yeah,
and then I go, I've already Kickstarted this. So I might have accidentally bought a second copy of them if I hadn't checked.
Oh, man, that's funny.
So I got to remove that from the list.
On a note that one is coming, The Flood is going to be there.
Yes.
I am super...
How many years?
I actually just... I don't want to talk about it. I just got my shipment notification, because we were supposed to get it last year before
Yep.
Gen Con, and it's finally coming in. So I'm very excited that will be hopefully at my house before Gen Con, but we're not going to have a chance to play it. So that's going to bummer. Don't be surprised if I get it to the Staple Fest.
De Vere's got Cities and Rock Hard 1977, which is my music. So, and then that We're Sinking, the one we looked at Origins last year, the one with the boat that kept pieces came out and you had the different. It was really one we thought was the cool components, and they also had the pizza game.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
It's finally releasing at Gen Con. So
cool.
that's definitely high on my list.
I tell you what, this is something as a node, as a reviewer, I'm really excited when we get to see these previews and then actually get to see the game come to life. And I'm excited to see that happen. I can't imagine what these manufacturers and these developers and everybody that's involved in the industry, they must be just so ecstatic. Like, I can't imagine.
I imagine, when you do something like that, you're on pins and needles waiting to see if it's, how successful it is and how people will take it. And
just the beauty of it, when it comes out, does it become what you want it to become? Mm-hmm. I know I've poked Randy a number of times, like, we should make a board game, and he's like, I can't.
I would probably stress myself out doing it.
He probably would, but I think it would be fun to do. But no, I'm super excited that we have some amazing creators out there that are giving fruition to some of these fantastic games that we're seeing, and that we're excited to see this weekend.
Yeah. Now, one thing I was really kind of disappointed about on the shopping side is this year they really cut back on companies that are doing pre-orders. That was one of the things I've talked about several times about how I really like that because it cuts down all the stress of trying to rush to get to certain games. The only two companies I actually ordered from, which was Board and Dice and Hachette. So other than that...
Do you think that maybe to do with it ended up being too much? Like,
I don't know if it's a coordination of effort issue or...
Well, no, I mean like bringing actual stuff to Gen Con, like the shipping and the I'm wondering if that maybe could have impacted it.
It may be the fact that there were so many games that they're having trouble getting shipped over to the United States during this, with all of the shipment issues still kind of out there. There's not as bad as it was, but maybe that's causing it, because I know a lot of these companies are air shipping several things at a high cost to get them there, so they can try to sell some quantity of them. But yeah, there's beyond that. I know that Eagle Griffin Games is selling Inventions, which we've already got. We still haven't got it to the review done for. And then there is Renegade Games is doing it as well. But they don't. The only thing they had on their list that I was eyeing, and I'm still not sold 100% on, so it's on my look at list, is there's a new Axis and Allies coming. But yeah, apart from that, everything is is you got to just kind of be at the luck of getting there before anyone else to get it, which I really don't like the whole stress of rushing to get what you're after. Especially last year was a total disaster with that whole release of
Disney.
Yeah, the Disney card game. Lorcana. Yeah, that got in the way of everything. It wasn't just Lorcana. I wasn't even after Lorcana, but it got in the way of everything.
The line was so long. I mean, they did get better. The first day was a disaster. The second day was better. The third day was even better. So they did learn throughout the course of the weekend, but that first day,
it blockaded the hallways for everything. It was a mess.
It was a hot mess.
So hopefully that won't be the situation. Lorcana's not. I mean, they are re-releasing some of the things that sold out early that were there, but they don't have a new Lorcana coming out this year. So, although what they do have coming out, I think, is a new D&D, which is going to be huge because this is the 50th anniversary of D&D at Gen Con, and they, first.
This is exciting.
Yeah, because for several years, Wizards of the Coast hasn't even had a presence at Gen Con, and they used to be one of the big sponsors of it. So now they're coming back this year. So that's going to be huge.
And they're releasing stamps.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can go to the Postal Service and buy these. Okay, I don't know what it is. Whenever I send mail, I always get stamps. I don't send mail very often. Well, actually, I have a little...
Oh, yeah, thank you. I have stamps to send mail. That would be...
No, but, okay, so... and I send out, like, I have a few people that I send mail to every month. Just like, hi, how are you? You know, keep up to date kind of thing. And I always love picking out the stamps. So now I'm super excited that I'm going to get some D&D stamps. It's lame. I know. It's very nerdy.
They coordinated the Postal Service. That's really unique that they coordinated their release with Gen Con this year.
I know. So, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So, on that day, they will be releasing. I think they're selling them at Gen Con. So just be aware of that. If you are interested, even if you're not going to Gen Con, you can get a piece of history, I guess, through those stamps. I feel like I just created an ad. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm buying me a set. And I don't know who I'm going to send the letters to because I don't know who would appreciate it, but I'll figure it out.
But yeah, I mean, it's really strange that the Postal Service. I mean, we don't even think about that, but yeah, they're actually contributing to the whole thing. I found out from going to the post office to pick up my Gen Con badges.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I found out about.
I know. I was so, and then you told me about it, and I looked for them, and I'm like, oh, yep, August 1st. I can't wait. I'm going to have to hunt them down.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
So, yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much what we got on the slate right now. Like I said, I'm still looking for new people, new groups to meet up with up there. You know, and then, of course, if you are going to be at Gen Con and you want to stop by and say hi, we'll be spending a lot of time at the JW Game Room if we can find a table.
And also, like I said, we're running events. So, like I said, we do have a couple. We have one ticket for ladies and gentlemen. We have one pipeline game that's completely open. So if you guys got 3 friends, I'll be playing with you during that game. And then we have some awkward guests on Thursday and Friday at the 10 and 11, well, 9, 10, and 11 slots. 8 a.m. sold all out. So varying degrees of success on those. But I'm excited.
Yeah, but you weren't able to run golf this year, which is a bummer.
I know. They basically said, so this is funny. So like I said, I submitted early, like I did my job. And they're like, well, you can't experiment with this. And I'm thinking, I did this last year.
And we sold out like every one of those events.
So we sold out. We did a lot. So I was really confused by it, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, so they wouldn't let me run golfs again this year. Or the way I configured it anyway. Because they were like, oh, you can. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. So I think I'm gonna have to look at. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to look at doing a little bit different because I don't think they understood what I was asking. Whereas last year they got it.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out.
In the comments, we'll post below what the events numbers are. But if you want to look for them, unfortunately, Miranda kind of posted them incorrectly.
I think auto populate screwed me up.
So part of them are listed under Legends of Nerdvana. So if you do a search for Legends of Nerdvana, you'll get about half of them. And the other half will come up if you search for our daughter, Sarah, S-Z-A-R-A.
Shop.
Sarah. Well, you can just do Sarah, S-Z-A-R-A, and they'll come up. Because nobody else has a name spelled like that.
Yeah, because I was using my personal computer, because that's my Etsy shop. Sarah Shop's my Etsy shop. So that's where the confusion was. Sorry.
So, between those two, you'll find all of our events.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited to go to Gen Con, and hopefully you'll come hang out with us. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.